Last night, it was amazing. NBC and CNN refused to air my victory speech. Think of it. Because they are crooked, they're dishonest, and frankly, they should have their licenses or whatever they have taken away.
Their licenses should be taken away because they didn't play his victory speech, except while let's just say that's crazy, and we will discuss how it's crazy. They did play a speech. They didn't play his entire speech because I don't know if you know this. Perhaps this is your first day following American political news. He talks and he talks and he talks and he talks and he never really says anything, but he talks a whole lot and it just goes on for a really long time. And sometimes it gets into really like Nazi territory, but it just goes on and on. And so eventually you gotta stop that stuff. And they did. CNN played it for over 10 minutes. That's not enough. If you play a 10-minute victory speech, for one stinking caucus, by the way, he didn't win the entire thing. He won 20 delegates of the over 1,200 that he needs. Then your license should be taken away. Effectively, if you don't deliver to a particular political candidate the sort of news coverage that they want, you might not be allowed to be in the news game in this brave new America that we're rocketing towards. By the way, Fox News only lasted a few more minutes than that. And that isn't going to stop them, by the way, from doubling down on what he's saying here. They also think that the networks who played slightly less of his speech should potentially be punished. And we'll get to that, but what do you think?
Yeah, 10 minutes of a speech, that's more coverage than CNN does of climate change in a whole year. So you should be happy, buddy. I mean, yeah, and this again is like, how you get into this scary territory. First of all, let's just put aside the fact that I can't believe we're here. I can't believe he's running again. I can't believe we're doing this whole dog and pony show again.
That oh my God, a caucus.
That he won a caucus, that he will be the nominee, and I want to bash my head into a brick wall. Okay, let's put that, back, time in. This shows that, yeah, if he is elected again, it is about revoking licenses from media companies that are not favorable to him. It is about changing policy around that. It's about having, it's essentially, we heard, and we're gonna get to her, we heard the way that basically everyone's gonna be like a Kimberly Guilfoyle who is giving the energy of a North Korean propagandist whose name I forget, but you know who you are, girl, and I'm sure you watch the Damage Report every single day. But it's just like, this amazing and wonderful and very, very large penis president of ours. Like that's what we're going to be seeing in the future, people. So, or we might not, but.
Now look, is that crazy? Probably. It's Francesca, so I'm suspecting it's crazy, but I don't know. Like we already know the sort of just weird bowing down in sexual ways you need to do to him. Like I am never gonna forget. Are any of you gonna forget the time that a sitting congresswoman groped the crotch of a cardboard cutout of our dear leader on camera in front of a group? Not like behind the scenes, like it's late, you're in the office, and that cardboard's looking good. This was a performative thing for the cameras and for a crowd. Are we saying that will never happen on the 5? I don't know. I'm not sure. And by the way, look, now that we are back in this, and I agree, it's crazy that we are, but we're back in this. We now get to play the fun game that some of you might not have been around for the first 4 Trump years. The fun game of how crazy is it gonna get up in here? Because the idea that you would pull the licenses and shut down or buy out media outlets, that's like Orban 101.
Yeah.
They love that guy. They can't go 5 minutes without lauding the praises of the guy that effectively killed all media in his country. So is it really that crazy to say that they might do it here? He might not do it. He is, after all, he has the attention span of a goldfish and he's utterly incompetent. So he might forget that this is a thing that he said. But you don't think that there are tons of people in independent right-wing media and regular MAGA people who would love to see every form of media that they don't like outlawed by the state? Not saying it's gonna happen, but they would love to see it happen. And they definitely want him to threaten to do it. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.